You are essentially paying a 36% annual fee if you start with just $100 in your account. Let that sink in for a second. Most people would scream if a bank tried to charge them that much. But because it is phrased as a small monthly subscription, it flies under the radar for a lot of new investors. Stash has built a massive empire on this model. They have over 1 million people paying that fee every single month without fail. To be fair, the platform is built incredibly well for someone who has never touched a stock before. You can get started with as little as $5. This lets you own fractional shares of massive companies. You do not need thousands of dollars to get a piece of the biggest names in the tech world. You just buy a tiny slice. It is all fully regulated and protected by standard federal insurance. They offer automated portfolios that rebalance themselves so you do not have to worry about the heavy lifting. They even have a roundup feature for your spare change and a debit card that rewards you with stock instead of cashback. The infrastructure is legitimately impressive and very polished. This is why they have such high ratings in the app stores. People love how easy it is to feel like an investor. However, there is a consistent pattern in the negative reviews that you cannot ignore. Users are reporting major delays when they try to withdraw their funds. We are talking about 2 or 3 weeks just to get your own money back. Some people have even seen their accounts frozen during the transfer process. That is a huge red flag if you might need that cash for an emergency. Then there is the competition to consider. Other major players in the automated investing world charge a tiny fraction of a percent per year. Stash also lacks some of the sophisticated tools like tax loss harvesting or automated retirement accounts. The big news that everyone should be watching right now is the acquisition. A massive super app from Southeast Asia is buying Stash. They have nearly 50 million users. The deal is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They say nothing would change for users in the United States, but these kinds of deals always bring shifts in strategy. It makes you wonder what the long-term plan is for a beginner-focused app when it becomes part of a global conglomerate. If you are just starting out and traditional brokerages feel like a foreign language, Stash is a decent way to get your feet wet. But the math only works if you are serious. You have to contribute enough money to make that flat fee worth it. If you are just a casual user looking to invest a few pennies here and there, you are going to find much cheaper options elsewhere. Success in this game depends entirely on your level of commitment and how much you are willing to pay for convenience. You have to decide if that $3 is buying you a future or just draining your present. It is about the long game. If you can push past the initial learning curve, there might be better paths to building wealth without the monthly drain. Keep your eyes on the numbers and do not let the slick interface distract you from the bottom line. It is your money. You should be the one keeping the lion's share of the growth. Be smart and stay curious about where your dollars are actually going.